Hi Libra, welcome to Pandora Astrology's monthly horoscope for July of 2020. I'm Jamie Kale Miller, and with me is...
Hey Libra, it's Julia Mikas joining in from San Francisco.
and I'm in Berkeley, California. And we've got news of Mercury, Venus, Mars, and a couple of lunations, one of which is fairly intense. Julia, you want to start Libra off with Mercury?
Sure. Well, hey Libra. Now Mercury starts this month retrograde because it went retrograde last month, and it's going retrograde in your 10th house of career. So this means every time Mercury goes retrograde, it means we might have to do some reassessing, reviewing of our strategies. You could be rethinking some project that you've done in career or rethinking your entire career in general. If you're not in a career, maybe you're redoing or reviewing your resume and thinking about what your next career will be like. This transit can also mean miscommunications with those that you work with as well. So, watch out for that. Then on July 12th, Mercury goes direct. So that's going to bring a lot of relief in this area. Venus is now direct all month because she was retro last month. So, be grateful for that. And she's direct in your 9th house. And the 9th house represents higher mind. It shows us kind of our worldview. It's a house that sort of exposes us to other ways of living and being other than what we grew up with. And Venus is a very artistic planet. So this month you could be really, really drawn to art, which is kind of unusual, kind of different. Maybe it's a little exotic from another culture or just something different than what you're used to. And if you're in a relationship, then you guys might enjoy some sort of mind expanding activities together, like watching a TED Talks or, getting yourselves involved in some new experience together. And Mars is in Aries all month, which correlates with your 7th house of partnership. So this can be a pretty conflict-prone transit with you and your partner this month. I mean, you generally like to keep the peace, Libra, but with Mars in the 7th house, you might be arguing a lot more with your partner than usual, too.
Yeah, definitely a watch out right there. On July 4th, we have a lunar eclipse, which puts the sun in your 10th house and the moon opposite to it in your 4th house. The moon's position really matters because this is a lunar eclipse, and the 4th house is the house of home, family, domestic life, heritage, roots. And look at this big pile of Capricorn planets right there. You're probably used to that if you've been watching our horoscopes for 6 months, because Capricorn's been very full this year, and so your 4th house has had a lot of possibly drama at home and in relationships with family. This eclipse is no exception. And lunar eclipses show us our shadow, and they do that through the medium of stirring up emotions. So you might want to bring the temperature down at home and manage your emotions, and do some self-examination in that arena of your home life. The other lunation that's happening is on the 20th, and this is a new moon, which is happening in the sign of Cancer, which is your 10th house again. And Julia talked about that relative to Mercury, starting the month retrograde and going direct. So there's a lot of 10th house activity this month, which means career. New moons signify new beginnings, and a new moon is a much lighter and easier kind of moon to deal with than an eclipse. And having just gone through 3 eclipses, by the time we get to this new moon, it's going to feel so much better. So this is really a time to intuitively plant new seeds in your career. Be ready for new beginnings. Let the old be washed clean. Let the new be birthed. And that feeling of refreshment, I think, is going to feel pretty good. And if that brings up questions for you about your career, probably the very best place you could get those answered would be in a mission orders reading with one of the ladies of Pandora Astrology. You can find us online at pandoraastrology.com/services. We're both available for that, and we'd love to help you. And we'll see you next month, Libra, and all around the cosmos like we do. Bye.
Bye-bye.